Patriots fans, it is almost April. That means the 2025 NFL Draft. It's going to be crazy. Patriots picking number 4, but the big question is we have a ton of time until then. What the heck's going to happen? A lot to talk about. Let's dive into it. My name is Aaron. You guys know on the daily Patriots content. Don't miss out. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button because you're great people as well. Comment below. So today what we're going to be talking about is the NFL Draft. As of right now, Vegas odds on a bunch of different sites saying who the Patriots are going to get, who are they likely to get. And I'm going to tell you right now, they have changed. And again, Vegas, they make money. They have all these algorithms and mathematicians and scientists and all this stuff. I don't know. Or it's that they have the one guy's book from Back to the Future. I can't remember the guy's name, but it's been a while since I watched it. But anyways, if you know, comment below. Anyways, we're going to jump right into it. And as well, at the end, we're going to talk about potentially, and I've said this before, it is very possible the New England Patriots get a running back. I actually think, former episode, I pretty much said, yes, I guarantee it. In the later rounds, they're going to get a running back, and I still guarantee it. And we're going to talk about one specific one at the end of this episode that I really like, and I think you guys will like as well, in a Josh McDaniels offense. Let's jump into it. So first and foremost, we're talking about Will Campbell. As of right now, I'm not going to get too crazy detailed because we're going to jump into it, but Will Campbell is looking very promising at the number 4 spot. Now, again, a lot of people have said his arm length, and people are freaking out. Yes, sure, I understand that, but the man can play football. The man can play left guard. He's done in the SEC. Now, this is what's really interesting. On Next Pat's podcast on Wednesday, they were talking about, I can tell you he has fans in the building, referring to Foxborough. The demeanor, the character, the interview, the process, he has really knocked it out of the park when it comes to making an impression on folks prior to the draft. Listen, Mike Vrabel, he is building, and I had someone comment the other day, they said, culture, if you have Jabril Peppers on that team, what kind of culture you'd say? You know, I understand that. Again, he has his off the field issues, and we'll see with some of that stuff moving forward. But for the most part, you want to bring in people that are going to bring a good, positive culture, that are going to be leaders in this franchise to help rebuild it, again, with the whole point of making it to the playoffs and hoisting a Lombardi trophy for the Patriots and Patriots Nation. Now, you look at this and you see all these different things that check the box. Demeanor, check. Character, check. Great interview process. Personable. Shows that he can be a leader. All these different things. And on top of it, he has all the gameplay to back it up at LSU. So for me, it's one of those things where you see it and you say, yeah, this is a Mike Vrabel type of guy. This is a Patriots type of guy. They bring him in. Hopefully he can play that left tackle, and I think he can. But I think as well, as I've said in other episodes, he wants to prove people wrong. So that is one thing that has me leaning towards, hey, it very well could be Will Campbell. Now, I will tell you, if this is your first time watching or your 100th time watching, I have told you this. If Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter are available, I'm almost 100% certain they are going to pick one of those two. If it's Abdul Carter, yes, 100%. Travis Hunter, if somehow both of them are, I don't think that's even a possibility. I think the chances of that, it's more likely for you to get hit by lightning, bitten by a shark, and win the lottery than for the Patriots to have Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter. They'd have to decide between them at spot number 4. Now, if that happens, someone come back to this clip of me saying this, and I will eat my words. But it's not going to happen. We all know it. So anyways, if one of those are taken, sure. If they're both gone, then I think there's a great possibility it's a Will Campbell. Now we jump into, on the Patriots' own website, they have done a mock draft tracker. I think this is really great, up to date, and the Patriots do a really good job of this. Again, as I said, I'm just going to go kind of through it quick. Abdul Carter, if he's available. Travis Hunter, yep. And a lot of these are the same. Now this one, Membu, is the one that has surprised me. And you're going to see this as we start going into Vegas odds. And you're saying, Aaron, this is stupid. Why the heck are we even talking about the gambling odds? Again, you have to give them credit. They make money. They have things figured out. Again, they have all these different algorithms, but we are going to look into that. And I'm going to tell you, I think you're going to be surprised by some of that. Again, can he play left tackle even though he's played right tackle his whole career at Missouri? I don't know. Then we can continue. Will Campbell, we've talked about Mason Graham before. Travis Hunter once again. Travis Hunter. Connerly, this is an interesting scenario where they end up giving away 38.77 to go up. We got Will Campbell again. McMillan, we've talked about. Travis Hunter, and Membu, Will Johnson. We continue. Travis Hunter, Genty, for all my Genty, just absolute fanboys out there and gals that are obsessed with him. He is a dog, I agree. Will Campbell, Abdul Carter, the one I would love. Membu, Calvin Banks, they trade back in that situation. So you continue to see all these same names. Okay, now let's go to FanDuel, for instance. Okay, so FanDuel has first overall pick is basically right now. You bet $1,350, you win $100. That's what the minus means. So again, they are saying it is not certain, but is very, very likely Cam Ward goes first. Okay. Number 2 is minus 300. That'd be to the Browns, and that's Abdul Carter. Now, obviously, you bet $300. If you win your money back as well as $100. So is that as likely as the Cam Ward at number 1? No, it is not. Again, it's still, hey, that's minus 300 is not bad odds. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Travis Hunter right here is minus 150 at spot number 3, where Shadur Sanders is plus 170. Now, I'm not going to say that's a toss-up. That's even. It's not. It's in Travis Hunter's favor. But the reason I'm saying that is because as you look at this, it makes it seem like, okay, yeah, it looks like it's trending in the direction that we originally thought it would be, where it would be Cam Ward, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, and then probably the Patriots are left with, hey, you're going to get a tackle, you're going to try to trade back. What are you going to try to do? Now, I want to go down to this because I think this is the most interesting one right here. So it says the 2025 draft NFL odds, first offensive lineman drafted. It's not Will Campbell. It's Membu at minus 165. Now, they have switched. Again, Travis Hunter was more likely not that long ago to go to the New England Patriots as opposed to the New York Giants. And as well, Will Campbell was much more likely to go as the first offensive lineman than Membu was. So this is very interesting as this is worked out. Again, this is no guarantee, but again, they have a lot of things figured out. There's a reason they make a lot of money. And so you look at this and you wonder, okay, what do they know that we don't know? Is there something behind the scenes where they hear experts, they're hearing people talk about it, they're figuring out, hey, based on all these different mock drafts, all this different analytics, it's very interesting. But so does that mean it's possible that the Patriots get Membo? I don't know. Now we go over to DraftKings real quick. Now, some of you are like, Aaron, this is stupid. Why are we talking about this? Again, I think you have to give some, I'm not saying it's tried and true, but I think it's hinting at certain things that would surprise me. Now, there's a reason that, that obviously they're not 100%. Cam Ward here, first overall pick, 1,600, minus 1,600, so they feel a little more confident than FanDuel. You got pick number 2, minus 270, not as confident at pick number 2. And then Travis Hunter, minus 150. But then we go down here. The most likely pick for the Patriots in this is still Travis Hunter at plus 150. But then you got Abdul Carter. But then you have Membo and then Will Campbell. So again, what do these people know that we don't know? That's my question. Comment below. Do you have any idea? I think the sentiment is more in Will Campbell's favor than it is Membu's favor. Again, they might know something I don't know. They might say, hey, his draft stock is skyrocketing right now, which I would definitely say it is rising as of before the past. He was in, I believe I was reading something, he was in the Senior Bowl, he was sick, and then ever since then, his draft stock has gone up. I guess people didn't really get to get many eyes on him. But again, for all the people too that think Genty could go number 4 to the Patriots, plus 2,000 is pretty solid. So that means you bet $100, you win $100 back and $2,000, which would be pretty wild. Or if you want to take a crazy shot and somehow they get Scattaboo at number 1, $100 gets you $10,000, which is not going to happen. So anyways, we can continue down. But I think that is is just interesting. In more than one place, you see Membu ahead of Will Johnson. So again, the question becomes, what do they know that we don't know? Okay. There was one other one, Ashton Genty be drafted to. All right, Patriots plus 1,800. And then you look at Travis Hunter being drafted. Number 2 is to the Patriots. That swapped. Originally, it was not the Giants. It was the Patriots. So, again, I think the Russell Wilson news changed a lot. That doesn't mean they're still not going to try to get Shadur Sanders. It's still a big possibility because Russell Wilson is on a 1-year contract. Jameis Winston on a 2-year contract, but he is not a starting quarterback. Again, my theory is a lot of people really want Arch Manning coming in the draft this following year. You look at Tyler Warren, the Patriots are well down the list here at plus 5,000. And so you look at these numbers and they make you just scratch your head and think, what is going on? Is Membo really more coveted than a Will Campbell? And again, a lot of you are probably sitting there saying, Aaron, regardless, if it gets to the 4 and they don't have Travis Hunter and they don't have Abdul Carter, they need to trade out and they still can have an opportunity to get one of those 3. I don't disagree with that at all. I think a lot of people here too would be happy with trading out, even going back deeper into the teens and getting a Josh Simmons. Still, again, a lot of people would tell you that is a great pick, even though he hurt his knee last year. He would have been the number 1 offensive tackle in this draft. So again, he could be on one of those comeback stories like Stephon Diggs. Who knows? But again, comment below. Tell me what weight you give any of this stuff. If you truly feel like Membo is rising on the charts and that it's a huge possibility that the Patriots could take him. So comment below. I want to hear that. Or is it or again, you think it's more the narrative? You hear a lot more Will Campbell than that. But again, who knows? Who knows? Last but not least, running back. We've talked about how the Patriots are going to get a running back at some point in this draft. I have said that. I've put my stamp of approval. I believe it. I feel it in my bones. Dylan Sampson is an absolute dog from Tennessee. Now, my brother-in-law, huge Tennessee fan, so I've watched that. And if you're a regular watcher of the show, you know I love college football as well. I'm a Michigan State fan, so I've been in agony for a while. But Dylan Sampson, incredibly interesting. If it wasn't for Ashton Genty, I think that Dylan Sampson could have won a lot of awards in college football this year. I'm not saying he would have won Heisman. I'm not saying that at all. But he could have won the Doak Walker Award. He could have won a bunch of different things. He was all SEC. So, again, you're going up against big-time teams, big-time defenses. You're playing Georgia every year. You're playing Alabama every year. So he is going against some of the best teams in the country. And as well, a lot of some of the top prospects that are coming out of college football this year. Now, it is possible. He is not a first-day pick. We all know that. Second-day pick, most likely going in the second, probably more likely third round. Now, if that is the case, he is the type of guy. I don't want to say necessarily James White, but he can do a lot for your team. I like to see him. This says in here that it's very possible that he comes in vies for the starting position against Ramondre Stevenson. Again, I think Ramondre Stevenson, if he can get the fumbles figured out, I think he's going to do just fine, especially behind a much better offensive line. But Dylan Sampson has the experience to do it, running the ball out of the backfield, all different things like that. My brother-in-law says he likes the comparison to Alvin Kamara just because, again, Alvin Kamara was also a Tennessee Vol. Before that, played for Alabama, but the Tennessee Vols did not use Alvin Kamara like they should have. And I think Josh McDaniels would have a field day with someone like Dylan Sampson. So, again, comment below. Tell me what you think. For those of you, again, I never said, all that stuff was guaranteed stuff. But, again, it makes you scratch your head. It makes you wonder, why are the odds in favor of someone like Membu? Comment below. Tell me what you think. I appreciate every single one of you. Hit that subscribe button, and we will see you tomorrow. Peace.